So this video provides an overview of the CAPM certification. Now before I get started, let me mention that if you're interested, we have lots of free CAPM prep materials available at projectprep.org. If you're interested, we've got cheat sheets, full-length practice tests, note cards, you name it, a lot of stuff that should help you along the way. Okay, so there's three things I want to cover. The first is, what is a CAPM? Should you get one? And if you decide to get one, how do you do so? So we'll start with the first question. The CAPM is the Certified Associate in Project Management. It's the most widely known entry-level project management certification. There are others out there, but they're not as widely recognized. So if you want to break into project management and you haven't been into the field yet, this is definitely the one to get. But at this point, let me just pull back for a second and talk about project management itself. So our goal in project management is to deliver temporary initiatives on budget, on schedule, and on scope. Those temporary initiatives could be things like developing new software, constructing a new building, redesigning a product, and so on. Some of the activities that a project manager would perform on those projects are things like developing schedules, estimating costs, defining scope or the work of the project, acquiring resources, and identifying risks. And with a CAPM, you're really showing that you have a foundational understanding of project management. It should be noted here that the CAPM has a sister certification. It's called the PMP. The PMP, though, requires a few years of experience. The CAPM doesn't. So the PMP is for experienced PMs, the CAPM for entry-level ones. Now, to my students who are just starting out in project management, I suggest starting with the CAPM, and then after you have enough experience, go for the PMP. The PMP is definitely going to be easier if you've already taken the CAPM exam. Now, the exam content for both exams comes from the PMBOK guide. It's a guide to the project management body of knowledge. You can buy it on Amazon. Okay, so here's the next question. Should you get a CAPM certification? Now, here's the two questions I would ask you. Are you working in project management, or do you hope to? If you answer yes to either of those questions, I definitely say go for it. Totally worthwhile. Now, the PMP is going to be, again, for those who have a few years of experience. The CAPM is for entry-level project managers if you're just trying to break into the field. Either way, totally worth it. Now, if you answered no to both of those questions, and maybe you've just heard of the CAPM or you had a friend that took it, I might suggest consulting with your boss just to see if they would think it could be valuable for the work that you're doing. Now, for new project managers, just know that the job prospects are awesome. All you've got to do is go to Indeed and search project management. You're going to see tons of job postings that come up, and a lot of those are going to mention certifications. I will give you one caution here, though. I read something recently that stated that on average, 118 people apply for a single job. That's not just project management jobs, that's across all jobs. Now, what we want is to help you move your resume up the stack. A certification is definitely one way to do that. We've also put together another video and a cheat sheet to go along with it that covers 10 tips for getting a job in project management. So if you go over to projectprep.org, you'll find that there. Now, another consideration in all of this is, will your company help pay for it? This may or may not be important to you, but it's something to at least consider. There's lots of companies that will help their employees with professional development, and this could cover that. Now, if you decide to go to get a CAPM certification, how do you do so? The best reference for you is going to be the CAPM handbook, and you can just Google it. There's going to be a ton of detail there. I'm just going to give you some summary level information, but you want to go back to that periodically as you prepare. Okay, so this is a simplified version of the certification process. You're going to apply, pay for the exam, take the test, and then get the certification if you pass. And then if you want to keep your CAPM current, you're going to retest every 5 years. Now, I usually suggest to folks that it doesn't really make sense to take the CAPM again. If you want to continue in project management, I usually suggest to my students, before your CAPM expires, go for the PMP exam. The PMP exam is going to be worth more because it shows that you have more experience. Now, the CAPM exam itself, it's 3 hours long, 150 multiple choice questions, and I should say with those questions, there's only one right answer. It's not like you have to select 2 of the following, or there's not choose all of the following that are correct or something like that. There's only one correct answer. And you've got to take the test at a designated testing center. I think in some cases they're allowing you now to do online proctoring. But if it was me, I'd prefer to go to the testing center because you have a quiet space, you can focus, if it's nearby, yeah, that's probably the route I would suggest. So as a reminder, we've got lots of free prep materials to help you as you get ready for the CAPM exam. But on a final note, we wanted to mention that if you're interested in other certifications in addition to project management, something to look into is Lean Six Sigma. Project management certifications and Lean Six Sigma certifications pair well together. They're a great combination on a resume. If you're interested, there's a free white belt certification course available through our sister organization, Six Sigma Society. If you complete the course, you're going to get this certificate at the end of it.